So just be where you are at today.
Honestly, I think I realized that like I have a lot to say and no one to say it to. So I decided today to set up my camera, open up and be kind of like raw and authentic and talk about it with you guys. And I just really want to say right now, like, don't judge me. I mean, really just like, you know, I did what I could. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is sort of just traveled in a different direction and I just let it stay that way. I think when I sat down to record, I didn't exactly have an idea or like a real direction for this video. I started the video one way and then something else sort of happened and took shape in the process, and I started wondering what was sort of the best way to put this video together so that it made sense, or I don't know. Well, what happened today was I got on my mat and I was going to do yoga and I got dressed for it and everything, but somewhere deep inside I knew that I was really only going to give yoga like the very bare minimum. I was really only going to do 5 minutes. I was really, you know, I wanted to do a little stretching, but a lot of it was just that I could have footage to put on camera. And like, I got down and I started my video and I got down into extended child's pose, and like this voice, this really quiet voice, almost like my inner conscience was just like, why don't you just really do it? Don't put on a show, like don't fake the funk, like don't sit here and act like you're like the world renowned freaking yogi, but like, why don't you really just follow this video that you put on to the best of your ability and just do it? And it was like, duh. I seem to keep coming back around to this whole like thought or concept of do the work, and I'm really thinking that my year this year, or who knows, it could be for a couple of years, it could just be for a couple of months, but right now I think that the theme in my life is to do the work. Probably for the last 2 or 3 years, quite possibly, the theme in my life was get your house in order. It just seemed like no matter what, get your house in order was something that just kept popping back up for me and coming back up for me. And, you know, I'd be doing something and it would just pop, you know, get your house in order. And I wasn't really sure what that meant at first. Was that like get your house in order for real? Was that get your like spiritual house in order? I came to realize that it was all of it. It was all of that. It was all somehow interconnected, and I needed to do all of that. I think now that I've gotten to a place, especially in my physical house, where I feel good and I feel happy and I feel like this is the space that I've made for myself and for my family, and you know, I sort of created this space. I feel happy when I walk into my room. I was just thinking last night, like, my bedroom has undergone so many different changes and phases, and like you know, things change and growth happens. And anyways, I'm getting way off subject here. I think that a lot of getting the house in order was also like getting more comfortable with me too. So not just getting my physical house in order, which I feel like I've done, I'm still in the process of doing, but getting my spiritual self in order. And so that was really sort of the theme of my life for a couple of years. And I think that it was for a couple of years because it literally just took that long to get the house in order, to do what I needed to do. Like, this is great, I'm here now. But if I think over the time and the struggles and the tears and the happy times, and then what I felt like were really low times or really bad times, if I look back over the process that it took me to get here didn't happen like that. You know, doing something every day is making an effort to make the changes that you want to see. And the reality is, you know, I can put this all on film and make it look like, boom, one day I just woke up and everything was different. But that's not true. It's been a 3-year process of just getting my house in order. And I think that now that I've done that, I'm phasing into something different, and that is becoming the do the work phase. I think that I hit a point where, you know, just do the work became stop writing everything down in your notebook and stop, you know, carrying around all of these notebooks that are filled and filled and filled with little beautiful diamonds and nuggets and tidbits and Addieisms and all of these like beautiful jewels that can be so helpful to someone else, and they're just closed up in your notebook. They're just closed up in your notebook, in my notebook, not your notebook. Do the work. If I want to actually have like a successful YouTube channel, then there really is like a work that needs to be done. There is planning that needs to be done. There is some scheduling that needs to be done. There is, you know, there's more to just turning on the camera and like vlogging to it and thinking that people are going to care about that. Like, I want to do something useful on YouTube. Not saying that I'm not going to vlog, you guys, and not even saying that there's anything wrong with vlogging, because if my life was interesting enough, like a lot of vloggers out there, then that would probably work. I mean, even if that's as far as to just say, hey guys, like, I'm going to be uploading a new video every Monday and a new vlog every Wednesday, and perhaps you'll get something special like today on Friday. But that still takes work to sit down and do it. You know what I mean? Anything that we want, anything that we desire, like anything that we really want is going to take some work. I know that if I want to lose weight, there's a work that has to be done on my part. I know that if I want to own a big, beautiful, and expensive home, that there's a work that needs to be done on my part, because I mean, honestly, unless you're just like super fucking lucky, like this stuff is not just gonna drop out of the sky into your lap. So I mean, with that being said, you know, I feel like do the work just means go for it. You know, I am a firm believer that everybody that is going through something, there is 1,000 other people out there going through what you're going through too. And I love stories, and I believe that stories are sort of like the foundations that help other people wholeheartedly. When I can tell you a story and it's relatable to something you're going through, and I tell you what I did, you know, I'm different than you, so sometimes I can provide a different outlook or different feedback or even a different way to look at things. And I mean, do the work just means it's time out for just saying that I want things, or just, you know, putting them on a vision board and putting it in front of me, but not actually taking any necessary steps to get things done. Like, the steps are so necessary. All of that sort of just transpired out of the 5 minutes that I was gonna like somewhat pretend to do yoga. And the reality is, I did the whole 20-minute video. I really engaged, I was really present, and I really just said forget everything else, and I put myself into the moment. And I mean, lo and behold, like, what the hell do you think happened, you know? But I absolutely enjoyed myself. I feel much better. I'm actually proud of myself and happy that I did it. I feel more connected. I was able to connect to my breath. I was able to actually feel like I had a few moments of like solitude and sanity, and, you know, just the time to myself. And at the very end of my practice today, when I just sat and took in my breaths and like just let myself come back to earth, basically. You know, I was able to really kind of like dive into the aha moment. You know, it really just reiterated to me what those words, do the work, actually mean. So yeah, my kids are sleeping, and if you are a mom, especially a stay-at-home mom, you know every bit of like just how things go down when you get both kids to sleep at the same time. I wouldn't even be making this video right now, so I'm actually really grateful that I just had the time to get a cup of coffee and talk to you guys. Thanks for joining me on this coffee talk, or yoga talk, or yoga and coffee talks. I don't know. If you guys like this video, if you got something from it, if it meant anything to you, if anything sort of hit you or pinched you or touched you, or, you know, made you say ouch, or made you go that's right, or anything like that, let me know in the comments below, or thumbs up this video, and I will definitely do more of these little sit down inspirational sort of talks with you guys. Like I said, I've got notebooks beyond notebooks full of stuff. I didn't write all of that information down for no reason. Like, I didn't write all of that stuff down to just sit in the notebooks. You know, I wrote it to change my life. Change my life, to be honest. Like, not even like, this has nothing to do with you. Like, I wrote the stuff down to change my life. But if changing my life, and if really doing the work and really starting to implement some of those things into my life, and I can share that and it can change yours, then I'll definitely sit down and do coffee talks with you guys, or yoga talks, or whatever they are, and let's make it a series, and, you know, let's do it. I feel like with a series like this, one thing that I would really want to ask of you guys as my homegirls is kind of to just share this video with anybody else. Share it with some other woman in your life that could possibly maybe use the information. I think more than anything else, it's just about like getting some kind of a message out there that could possibly help anybody else. I mean, it takes like 2 seconds to hit share and share it to somebody in a text, or in an email, or on your other social media sites, you know, who knows. But sharing is always caring, and I think that just like I am able to share my experiences with you guys, you know, maybe there's somebody else in your life that you can be like, you know, hey, I sent you this because, you know, it really made me think about you, or I sent you this because, you know, it really touched on something that, you know, made sense to me, or that I felt was important and I thought that I should share it with you too, or, you know, whatever. I mean, just share the video. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you got something out of this. I hope I didn't bore you to death with my Addieisms. But yeah, so sit back, like, enjoy your coffee, enjoy the rest of your Friday night, Friday evening, or I mean quite possibly Saturday morning, and I'm going to chat with you guys later. So until next time, bye guys. Just like warmth to my soul. Amazing. Another rainy day.